First thing we need to do is to get hold of a box. We suggest a crisp box size. This one's a little bit bigger, so this is going to cause us a few problems later, so you'll see what we do with that. But firstly we need to cut off a couple of the flaps at the front. These are the ones that are opposite each other, so not two next to each other. So we flatten the box down, cut off two of these. That'll leave two on the front, and those two will become the doors on the front of our oven. So there you can see now we've got the two flaps that end, and those will become our doors. Now, as I say, this box is a little bit too big, so what I'm going to do is if we get hold of the metal tray that we're going to use and lay that against where the front would be, and then draw across so that we know how far we need to be across the box. And if we just do that on all of the sides, and then what we need to do is to cut from the other side's flaps up to the point of that line, but no further. We're using scissors. You might find it easier to use a knife, but whatever you're doing, be careful how you do it. So that's those done. So we've now got those cut, and what we need to do now, looking at the length of those, it's going to be too long. So if we cut off the flaps again on two diagonally opposite sides, I would suggest use the ones that are not opposite the ones you cut before. So the ones that are going to be opposite your doors, so that the left and right back parts are not going to be quite as long. So if you cut those two off, So your box now looks like this. So you've got two short, two long flaps on that end. So what we now need to do is to completely cover all of the box in tin foil. Now we would suggest here use the wide tin foil, because you can't, if you're going to use the narrow, then you're going to have to put an overlap, and that could be an issue. But we've used the wide tin foil. If you need, as we did here, need somebody to give you a hand, then do that, and make sure your join is on the outside of the box. We don't want the join on the inside, it's got to be on the outside. We need to cover both sides, cut that off, and then seal it with tape. Here we've used gaffer tape because that seals better, although please be aware gaffer tape is flammable unless you've got the special stuff, which I doubt very much you will have. So that's done. Now we need to do the same on all the others. So we need to have all four sides such that they are covered over. Don't want any visible cardboard on the inside of our box, because that could catch fire. So we just work our way around and complete it on all four sides. And then to stop the tin foil moving around, let's stick the outside as well so that they're held in place, so that everything is nice and secure. So we've got the whole of the box covered now, and as you can see, we've got long flaps top and bottom here, which we're going to fold in a minute to create the back. And on the bit that's the furthest away from the camera are the doors that we will use to be able to get in and out of our oven. So folding the cardboard box down on to the cut that you made along those edges. So you effectively where you made the box smaller if you did, otherwise it'll be the lines that you had with the box. If you use a crisp box, then it's probably going to be the right size anyway. So we arrange them so that we can fold those. It will be difficult to fold because you've got the cardboard and you've got the tin foil and everything like that. But what we need to do is to seal that up and then tape it in so that we've got all the flaps all together and effectively the back of the box sealed in. The air is going to come in through the front of the box rather than the back, because obviously we need the air for the charcoal to burn. Once that's done, we stick it in place and stop it from reopening, and it'll also make the box rigid again as it was before we started dismantling it. So there's our completed box, the tape all on there. As you can see, the doors at the front, that flaps down a bit there. So what we'll do is we'll push that in place, we'll turn the whole box over so that the weight of it causes it to drop. So that's the back of the oven, and there we have the oven ready for us to do the next steps. So what we can then do is we use 4 aluminium cans. We need to put water in those so that they don't do anything else. That's and you can see there, and then we put the tray across it. So this is now out in the garden where we need to be, because it's going to be something that's going to catch fire. Put the barbecue underneath the tray and light that, and once that's lit, then we can shut the doors and let it get warm in there. Obviously we have got flames in there, and it is cardboard, so we need to be careful. We're going to produce some pizza pizzas to cook in them, so need to get some onion, peel those off, and then chop the onion up. Similarly, chop the pepper, remove the seeds from in there, and chop the pepper up into slices, and we can then put those to one side. Then we can do the same with mushrooms. Put mushrooms in, then get your pita, cut it open, put some Here we've got proper pizza stuff, but it could just be tomato ketchup, it could be barbecue sauce, anything like that you want to use. Spread that in there, and then put your onion, your mushrooms, your pepper inside there. We're having tuna in ours. It could be meat that you put in there. So we just put some meat or tuna, whatever we're having, into the pitta as well. And then we just need to finish that off by adding some cheese. Either grate your own, or you can of course get grated cheese and put that into the pizza. Wrap the whole thing up in tin foil, and making sure that it's sealed up, and then we're ready to put it in the oven. Carefully open your oven door because it's going to be hot. Put your pizza in and carefully push it in. Shut the door too. Use something to prop it shut with, and then we leave it. So here we are 20 minutes later, and it's been in the oven cooking away, and we'll remove that. Take the, you can see how hot it was from how I jumped back. Take that out, put it to one side, and we've got another couple to go in there as well, so we'll put those in, and keeping the heat in for the moment. Just put the other ones in, and then we'll check to make sure that the one that we've got there is cooked through. Based on how long it's been in there, the cheese should all be nice and stringy, and you should have a really enjoyable pizza to have. So let's have a look at that. And oh yeah, there we go, and it's all ready to eat. Now, things can go wrong. Occasionally it will catch fire, and if that happens, be prepared for it, because this is the sort of thing that happens. But enjoy making your pizzas.